Good evening, everybody. It's a good time to be Indigenous, and welcome to the Intertribal Talk podcast. Here with your boy Cody and Devin Destiny.
Hey, guys.
And Jay Falkus from Falkus Media.
What's up, everybody?
Hey. Another episode.
Episode 7. Here we are.
I can't believe we're at 7 already.
7's a great number.
Is it?
It is. You know what's funny? 777 is like one of my luckiest numbers.
Okay.
No, I'm not kidding. So, you know my papa, he was quite the gambler.
Oh, okay.
And, you know, he was a real like casino man, Vegas guy. So when I see 777 now, I always think of him. And last time I won big at the casino, I saw that number.
Hey.
And then I got called to this thing. I got called to one of the machines and then I won big that night.
Wow.
Firm believer. Pay attention to your synchronicities, you guys. Pay attention to your numbers. If you're seeing patterns, be aware.
So are you saying that when like if you see number patterns, that could mean...
Yeah.
Like,
Google it.
Yeah?
Google it right away.
Dang, we got to hit up the Nino. You let me know when you're seeing some numbers and we'll go.
Okay.
I'll just give you, I'll bring like $40.
Yeah.
Because like I'm cheap.
No, you got to bring at least 100. If you bet big right away, your chances are higher.
$100.
At least.
That's interesting. Because I've read, I got a really good story about the casino and being young at the casino. But
let's check in.
Before that, check in quickly, I read that like the way that slots work specifically is that if you put in like $20, your first 3 spins that you do, you're going to get paid out a relatively high percentage of your money back, right? So let's say you spin twice and you'll probably win anywhere between $5 and $7.
Yeah.
Right. And that's like, whoa, like, hey, all right. And that's how they grab you. Yeah. But then as you keep going and going, that increments of winning will go less and less and less and less. And then eventually it kind of rebounds if you keep going long enough. But you're not like the odds of you hitting a big spin on a slot machine are like tiny.
That is not my strategy. That is not my, sorry to like say no. Jay's got something to say.
I do. I don't know if you guys remember this from Friends, but when they're in the casino and Phoebe has this old lady that follows her around. And that's actually, because I think I read the same thing you did. I don't know, but it went into like, you basically have to be a lurker, wait for somebody that's lost on a machine a ton.
Yeah.
Go to that machine and then play, and then you'll win.
Like a cherry picker?
Yeah.
Is that what that was called?
Well, that's what we call it in hockey.
Yeah, when you're sitting on the blue line waiting for someone to just feed you a pass and you just skate into the zone and score. Well, try to score anyway.
Yeah, just dump it in.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that sounds mean, but a great strategy.
It's well known. A lot of people do it.
Yeah, so true.
But yeah, let's check in. You know what? I'm glad we brought up the casino and stuff because I got some stuff I want to talk about.
Oh yeah, I could go on about the casino.
So let's check in. Let's hear about you. How's your week? What have you been up to?
Oh, the week has been great. You know, the whole school thing has been really up and down.
What do you mean?
Well, you know, it's like the kids are allowed to go back to school and then they're not at school. And it's all because of the numbers and like all that stuff. And so we've been kind of dealing with that. But luckily, like, you know, I'm a stay-at-home mom during the day. I work from home during the day. So it's really convenient for me. I just know a lot of other people are not in that same scenario.
No.
Don't guilt me out, you guys. I get enough of it. No, I seriously do. People are like, you're so lucky you stay home. And I'm like, yeah, but I still work. It's like, it's not like I just stay home and do nothing. Like I still work from home. Yes, Jay.
No.
Oh, I thought you were like,
I do have
giving me the.
No,
You mean, are you trying to say that you're not just out shopping all day?
Nah. Well, I mean, if you count groceries in or like, you know, farmy essentials, the occasional run to Country West.
That's the important shopping, right?
Yeah. And then running to the grocery store all the time with anything that we haven't like preserved or whatever at home. But yeah.
All right. So
I was going to say that, yeah, because I work at home a lot as well.
Yeah.
And the easiest way I can explain this, so when I'm editing real estate videos, normally it could take me like 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
If the girls are home, one video can take me like 3 to 4 hours.
Oh yes, and that's exactly how it is.
Oh, it's ridiculous, man. Like
I feel your pain.
Work done, especially if I have a busy day and I have like 15, 20.
You're a snack bitch
do, right?
all day. The second you sit down and actually like hone in and get focused on anything, I'm hungry. It's like I just fucking fed you.
I want this. No, I don't like. And they don't like. And if you got multiple kids, they don't want the same snack. They want different snacks.
Oh yeah, because one doesn't like what the other likes.
And then partway through that, they'll want what the other one has.
I just wanted to confirm that you said snack bitch, because I thought
snack bitch. That's what I call it. I'm a kid's snack bitch.
Fair enough.
Nothing gets done around my house.
They eat a lot. Kids
Always.
eat.
They do.
A lot.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay, so school's like messing with the schedule a little bit.
It's not messing with the schedule a bit. It's just more like finding things to keep Winter entertained and Starly entertained. Like right now outside, it's super it's soupy outside. We also like with 4 horses, there's a lot of poop and it's soupy poop. Ew. So it's not the funnest to go play in that. But we get outside as much as we can, and then. Inside, I'm really trying to encourage Winter to like start reading more books. She's super into science right now though. So she loves watching science experiments and like doing science experiments. So I'm really stoked for that. So there's that. And then, sister and my brother-in-law living with us. So our house is full. We have 4 dogs running around the house right now.
Oh, wow. They have a dog of their own?
They have a dog, yeah. And it's funny because their dog is actually my little Lammy's baby. So it's like the family's reunited.
Cool.
Yeah, it's super cute. And then, work's been crazy busy. I booked into February now. I had like 2 fairly interesting, cool, I would like to say like famous in my eyes, people reach out for readings. And so my heart was so full with that.
Can you share or is it?
No, it's confidentiality.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Client confidentiality, but super excited about that. So I'm just basically on cloud 9 floating right now because work is good. My the lady wanting to help me write a grant for the clothing line my sister and I are designing. She reached out to me, manifested that into my life. I think I talked about that a little bit last time we were in.
A little bit, yeah.
So that's happening this week.
Wow.
And then my horse had his man parts cleaned. Last time I actually saw you, I don't know if I talked about that.
No.
I had to get him sedated because he almost kicked in my teeth. So I had to get a vet to come in. So that was a fun little experience watching him snore, my horse snore, getting a man massage. And anyway, it's busy on the farm. Ryan and I went to go get hay.
Nice.
I love the lady that we buy hay from. She actually invited me to go out riding with her. And this weekend, I get to learn a new skill.
Really?
Yes.
Tell us about this skill.
It's going to be like I'm going back into Western times. I get to go learn how to drive horses like a horse and buggy.
What?
Yes. So I have friends that are like really involved with Caravan Farm Theater.
Yeah.
And one of my girlfriends kind of reached out to me, and she was at my house and talking about it with me. She's like, I think you'd be good at it, and I was like, I'm definitely something I've always wanted to do, like even since I was a kid.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this is great. Yes, knock that, like check that off the bucket list because I'm learning how to drive horses.
That's so cool.
So super excited. I hope I get some pictures out of that because that's seriously was on my bucket list.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So what is that like? What does that entail exactly? Like, are you going to be like, is it like, can you talk more about it? Like, is it like a one-time thing? Are you going to be like doing it for a long time? Or is it like... I couldn't
tell you right now because I literally have no idea. I'm just going to learn and just going to see how it plays out from there.
Yeah.
And then once that's all settled, like I think I get the decision on if I want to work as a horse driver for certain events and then, like have a team. Because like once you have a horse team, you're dedicated, like they're your horses basically. You have to take care of them and all that stuff. So...
Can you expand a little bit on what the Caravan Farm is? I don't even know.
It's like a live action theater and it's so fun. And I think they do like fundraising and stuff like that.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure. Father-in-law is on the board though, so I need to find out more about this stuff. But I've participated in it twice now, and I loved it, and it was super fun.
Nice.
It's really awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah, we went in the beginning of December for their like Christmas one, and it was so much fun. The girls love it. Like they were talking about it today actually, and they just absolutely love it. We want to go back in the spring.
It's like a magical Western experience.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So
Think of a play.
They do different
but then
themes
they,
too.
Like you jump on the wagons and then go to different locations, and then they do the play there.
Yeah.
whoa.
It's a moving play. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Now, do you think that they're actually using like some old school like wagon from way back in the day, or do you think they've like built more modern?
Like they're more refurbished, I'd say.
Yeah,
Like
okay.
of course. But they look like they're old school. Like I honestly I don't know too much about that end of it. I've only been in it riding horses. I've never driven the horses. So riding and driving are very different.
Oh yeah.
So-
oh yeah.
Yeah, the first time I went there, actually, I jumped on a horse I've never been on before. One of my girlfriends was like, jump on that horse. I was like, okay. And then she was like, watch out, though. She doesn't like anybody near her butt. And like on our, we were practicing doing a straightaway, like we were doing a runaway, basically. Like you just let go and kick the horses and they run as fast as they can. So we were doing a light lope. But anyways, one of the other girls came right up on that horse's ass and just like, poof, I went in the air, landed back down like, well, that was fun. So it was funny though, because like when you have something like that just happen right away, it like knocks the rest of your nerves away because you're like, that wasn't so bad. That was fine.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
Yeah, it was great.
Okay. Now how many horses do you have?
I have 4.
4. So are all of them rideable?
Cider is retired.
Okay.
And then, because she was my old barrel racing horse,
Right.
my old high school rodeo horse. And then Rio is, he's rideable. Kids can ride him. Lou is rideable as well. He's my finicky boy.
Okay.
But yeah, so we've been doing lots of like, kind of like, I guess you could say horse medicine with Lou and Indy. So she's our feral baby that we took in.
Right.
She was the one that was like hit by a car or something, had like a broken leg almost. And anyway, it wasn't as bad as it looked. And, you know, Denton said she was doing, or, oh shoot, we got to bleep that out. The vet said that she was okay and good to go.
Good.
And, anyway, when he was here to check on Lou, he saw her and he was smiling. Like, I was like, yeah, she's doing this now. Like, I got a saddle on her. My 6-year-old jumped on her for a bit and it was great.
That's
so
cool.
she's a horse that's born broke practically.
Oh.
Yeah. So, and then, yeah, so Rio, he's the kid's horse though. So he's the one that anybody could jump on. He's the big baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
Reason I ask is because I would really like to, at some point when the weather, obviously, as we probably get into later spring, summer-ish, I would really like to set up a ride with you and get Sarah on a horse.
Possibly. Oh my God, you got to do that too.
She's never...
Sorry, I just moved my foot off this chair and it just farted. So that was not me.
I wasn't. No, I
It was not me. It was my chair. It was my chair. Bleep it out. That was terrible.
That's 2 bleeps already, Devin.
Oh my God. It's the full moon. Retrogrades. Come on.
Oh, absolutely. It's been a foggy day for sure. But yeah, I really like our family had horses when I was a kid, and Pepper and Sandy were their names. And so like I rode horses when I was young, and I will never forget my brother and I went horseback riding, and someone slammed the car door, scared the horse. He was like, him and I were on the same horse, and it scared the horse. I was sitting behind him. The horse, jumps up because it startled the horse and bucked us both off. And of course he landed right on top of me, and that
Winded
hurt.
you?
Oh yeah. Yeah. And, that was not a pleasant experience, but Sarah's talked a lot about wanting to go horseback riding. So I'd really like to do that.
Probably not my horses. Lou, he needs a very strong, confident rider.
Okay.
Rio is great, but he would not be good to take on a trail ride because he does have kind of like arthritic feet.
Okay.
So he can only last like with an adult for like 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Riding him, but with a kid, because they're not as heavy, he's okay for like an hour or so.
How long do you think, like, if someone who's never rode a horse before, how long do you think they could go for a ride? If you've never been on a horse and, you know, you're sitting in a position that you probably haven't sat in ever.
It depends on if you want saddle sores or if you want to walk the next day.
Right.
Yeah, like if you take somebody who's not used to riding and you take them on like a 4-hour ride, they will walk like a bow-legged freak the next day.
They'll walk like Roberto Luongo.
If you take them on a ride for like 6 or 7 hours, then you know you're looking at like some pretty severe saddle sores. You might even get saddle sores from like an hour or two. It depends on how fragile your skin is.
So you'd say, like, for a new person, like, I would consider myself, like, I haven't ridden a horse since I was a kid, so
Yeah.
I'd be in the same category as someone who hasn't been on a horse. So, like, you figure like I was gonna say a year, an hour would be like probably a safe
Like an
amount
hour,
of time.
yeah, like an hour or two, yeah.
Okay.
You want to push it for 2, and depends on if you're walking or like loping or trotting. Trotting is, you know what trotting is?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you like, you know, people call it posting, or like some people just bounce up and down in their saddle and
Yeah.
look uncomfortable.
I just want to look like you know, how Casey and Rip and John Dutton.
You'll need a few
I want to
years
look
of
like that when I'm on a
experience.
horse.
You'll need a few years of experience
Don't
to ride
forget
like
the beard.
that.
I need the beard too. I'm gonna okay,
Like
so let's be honest. I'm gonna look like fucking Jimmy out on the horse.
I like Rip. Oh yeah, Jimmy.
Poor
gosh.
Jimmy.
Poor
Oh,
Jimmy.
Jimmy.
He's so adorable though. I like. Okay, well, also I'm not all the way through,
Oh no, we won't talk about the show.
Okay.
I'm just saying, you know, we all
Yeah.
know who they are.
but yeah.
I don't.
Get
But
into
I would
that.
love to, you know what though? I could probably line up some sound horses for you guys to jump on.
That'd be awesome.
You said like your landlord has horses too, right?
She does.
Yeah.
They're like, and she, you know, she has offered, like, yeah, we could take him for a ride sometime, but
Yeah.
it's never really like come to fruition. And for, you know, there's obviously a lot of reasons why. The summer, obviously, with the fires, and
Yeah.
they were helping take care of, like, I think they said that they had 20 between 20 and 30 horses on their ranch
Okay.
in the summer by taking in friends of theirs' horses to take care of them
That's a
while
lot
there's
of poop,
evacuations
a lot
going
of
on.
feed.
They, you know what? They actually came. The owners of the horses would come and help clean up and like help take care of the horses and stuff. So
that's
it was good. But yeah, I mean, like whoever we can ride with would be great. I just think like there's gonna be 2 different rides.
Yeah.
Because when we go on a ride with our landlord and their horses, it'll be like that's gonna be a different ride than the one we would go on with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
So that's why
totally.
like I'm just I want to get in all the
I
rides.
would love to take you guys for a ride. Honestly, like, you know what? I'm manifesting that $1 million where I can just go and buy a bunch of like already trained horses and just like.
Are you seeing numbers? Are we gonna hit the casino after this episode is
I'll let
done
you
recording?
know. I'll let you know. Yeah, I'll let you know.
Yeah. No, that would be yeah.
Well. Also, I would like to hear about what's going on in Cody's world because you've had quite a few things happening. You always have lots of things happening.
I do. I like to be busy. I don't know how to just sit still. That is a downfall.
I can relate.
of just being me. That being said, school has started. I'm back in school and it feels fantastic. I actually feel motivated. I feel driven again. I think speaking freely, there's an issue that I want to talk about the university I go to.
Yeah.
And that is, we were as an Indigenous major, like meaning my studies are focused on Indigenous studies because when you go to university, you got to pick a major and a minor. So my major is Indigenous studies, my minor is cultural studies.
Yeah.
And so being an Indig major, we were always told, take whatever Indig courses you can as soon as they're available.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they're not.
Yeah.
Because they can't find professors, they can't find, they struggle to fill positions to have the courses.
Do the classes fill right up?
Usually, yeah, I would say there's a Indig curriculum usually like you have your if you have your first year course, it's packed. There's like 200 students in that class.
Yeah.
Because UBC has actually mandated that all Bachelor of Arts students must take Indig and an intro Indig course.
Wow.
It's mandatory now.
That is amazing.
Yeah, that was
about damn time.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that I think it was a really big step for the talk of reconciliation, because that's a word that everyone likes to throw around, right? It's a big word, and reconciliation, and but the university has, I think they've done okay with what they talk about doing and how they implement it. Is there a lot more work to be done? Absolutely, but that to me was a big step in terms of, just you're showing respect to not only the Indigenous communities around everywhere, but you have to remember that UBC Okanagan is on our territory.
Yeah.
Right? So like you have to kind of respect that. And so by having the students take an intro Indig course, it's like, here's the basics. The basic, just touching the surface of different Indigenous issues, cultural history, and all, and it's very large. It's not, it's not really narrowly focused on Syilx Okanagan. It covers a wide range of Indigenous studies across Canada. So it's great. But going back to like the major, so we were always told, finish your major right away. Get the courses as soon as they're available, register in them and do them, because they might not be available next year. And we've seen peers and other students like that we go to school with who have like had to do like I think they're called understudies. So basically you're just doing directed study.
Okay.
So it's just where you are one-on-one with the prof and you kind of learn on your own, but they're there to guide you.
Yeah.
And so some students have not been able to graduate on time because they're missing credits.
Okay.
So the point I'm getting at is my passion is anything and everything Indigenous related.
Yeah.
When it comes to school.
Yeah.
And so I finished my major and now I'm just taking courses that just to finish my degree.
Yeah.
So for me, it's been challenging trying to get myself invested into what I'm studying again, because it's not my major. It's not my focus. Now it's just fun, not fun, but like just class fillers.
Fluff.
Yeah.
You're fluffing it.
So fluffing it. So I found some classes that I'm actually genuinely really interested in. I have some amazing profs that I've had in the past at the courses I'm in now. So I feel re-energized. And I didn't go to school last semester, obviously for very personal reasons. I was going through a lot with the loss of my brother, and I just needed time for myself just to try and get on track and heal and just reset. Absolutely. So it feels good to be back. So school's going great. I'm really excited to be in there. And we for our apparel business, we are coming up with some very big things. I
know you can't talk about it, but
I can't talk about it, but I'm telling you right now that this is going to be something that everyone is going to want to be a part of, because
I can attest.
we just, there's always going to be slight competition between us and other Okanagan companies in the area, but we are going to separate ourselves from everybody else this year.
Heck yes,
yeah.
You are.
So stay.
Big ups. Clapping, everybody. Yay.
So
Change.
Stay tuned. I'm sorry to be so vague, but this idea that we have is just something that needs to stay close to the heart right now, but we are working on it. All of us in this room are going to be a part of it, and it's going to be really exciting. So stay tuned for that. We'll definitely keep everyone posted. And there's something else we can talk about that it affects all of us too, actually, is that course we signed up for.
Yes.
I'm excited.
I am too. I just I hope they don't throw business jargon at me, because that's the stuff that makes me just woof, it goes over my head. And I'm like, can you just come down a couple levels and speak my language.
That's the benefit of it being an online course.
Yeah.
Google.
So true.
You know, like just that's what I'm definitely planning on doing that, like for a lot of things.
Yeah.
Because like when I took business, it was right out of high school.
Yeah.
I did very, very bad.
Most people do.
More so, yeah, because I partied.
Speak for your damn selves.
I was like right out of high school though.
Absolutely.
You know, like right
Not
out of high school,
focused.
I partied the entire time.
Oh yeah.
You know, like the entire time. Go like move forward and then like film school. I had business classes then and in photography as well in college but I mean like I'm nervous about this course, this marketing course, you know.
What is it called again?
Digital marketing boot camp.
Yeah, that's what it is. Digital marketing boot camp.
We're going to boot camp.
We
y'all.
are.
Oh no, business digital marketing boot camp. I forgot the business.
Oh well, you know, I mean that's you're forgiven.
Did you get your acceptance already?
Oh yeah.
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 Did you?
I can't check my email. I told you guys.
We got to get okay. So after the podcast is done recording, we are getting into Devin's email on your computer.
Oof.
We're gonna figure that
I
out.
know. I'm so caveman like.
Nah. It's you know what's silly? It's silly the amount like the expectations of all of these apps we use, all of these programs we use, from your email to your online banking to your you know, if you like for us we deal with different businesses for ordering stuff for our apparel business. So we have like multiple accounts and you're not supposed to have the same password for everything because that's how you get like totally taken advantage of. If you ever get hacked, if your password's the same for every single account, you're screwed. You're gonna get got. So, you know, we have to try to remember multiple passwords, and you shouldn't store them on your phone because then you're susceptible
you end up like
to
me. That's what happened with my phone in Alberta. That
Right.
Somebody hacked me. So it was like, yeah, they were logged in to my phone.
Oh yes, sorry. I was like, didn't you lose your phone? But yeah, I
did. They were logging.
Yeah.
They were like, yeah, there was activity.
Yeah, and like, and that's the thing. The phones are, you know, so you want to write them down or whatever. Like, you know,
I have a notepad.
I have a notepad, right? Literally, keep it on pen and paper at your house. That's what I have now.
Yeah.
But
Good old pen and paper. It never does you wrong.
No, I mean, unless you lose that paper.
Yeah.
So I put it in a safe box. Everyone has a safe box, right? Like not like a literal safe, but like a box you put important documents in.
Like a junk drawer.
Sure. Yeah. I mean,
my desk is my junk drawer. It's got so many drawers. I actually started using it finally. It's actually my tax paperwork, but
yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's what I use my desk for now. Is just
nice
tax papers.
Yeah, I mean I struggle with the password thing. I'm always resetting my password. Like I'll forget it. I try to keep them close.
Yeah.
Like change a couple characters from each other, but otherwise, how the hell do you remember them all? And then like, do you?
I'm passing yawns around. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to hide them.
That's okay. Yeah, I'm not affected. I burnt my tongue off of the tea here because, well, these tumblers keep your drinks really hot. So
go pick one up.
Grab one.
Moment for advertising.
I got one right here, even though you can't see it.
North Okanagan Apparel, tumblers and mugs.
Ta-da.
And hats and hoodies.
Ta-da.
We're we're repping some Okanagan gear. Devin got some new gear.
Oh yes.
Might as well shout that out right now.
My Evolex 79 Landback swag. Thank you so much for sending this to me. I wear this with pride. Literally just got this in the mail. And I was like, I'm going to do a photo shoot in this. So there will be a photo shoot coming. But it was just so special. I had to wear it tonight. I was like...
Can I get hooked up with some of that too? Because like I'll wear it. I will. I don't have to wear my own stuff on the podcast every time. So like, if she's listening, you know, I'm a medium.
I love her artwork, like her designs. Like I bought one of her backpacks and I use that as a diaper bag for Starly because I don't like I don't like diaper bags. I like backpacks.
Yeah,
so much cooler and easier.
Backpacks are where it's at when you're doing the diaper bags. We went through like 7 or 8 diaper bags and then finally just ended up with a backpack.
They're trash. Every time you're like walking through aisles of anything, you're knocking shit off the aisles with your diaper bag, and you are literally like it's like with your armpits, you have to like clench things in like that. all the time, and it's so frustrating. Backpacks are where it's at. You don't have to worry about that unless you turn this way or that way and clunk people.
I feel like when things like this were designed for parents, it was like they didn't even consult parents for like functionality purposes.
Did you know high heels were invented by men?
Yeah.
For men too, actually, at the time when they
Yep.
were first.
To make them taller than the women. Yeah, yeah. But still, though, right? It's like, God, what are you guys thinking sometimes?
Hey, whoa, slow your roll. Do not don't
If you
paint
wa-
us all with the
you wanna
same
go
brush.
you want to go into inventions? I got a few on top, but
Okay, should we?
I got a few inventions too that I know of.
We could talk of inventions. This is a free for all tonight. We have no specific destination point. We are just, what did you say, riffing?
Riffing.
We're riffing.
I mean, it's. We can. I got 4 off the top of my head right now. I could
Inventions?
rifle off.
mine are inappropriate.
Are we like thinking of like stupid inventions?
No.
Yeah,
Oh,
mine-
like, are you talking about like a
mine-
tampon?
Mine are all like inappropriate and just like randomly super old, and guys invented it and they're for women, and it's just not appropriate.
Mine are more like functional inventions. So here's one. So, bada boom. Go.
No, you go.
Go, Jay.
No, you said
Go.
bada boom.
No,
Bada
go.
boom.
Bada boom,
I
Jay.
actually-
Go.
We can't. I can't talk.
You
about
can't, so go.
Oh, fair enough. Okay. So the dishwasher
Yes.
invented by a woman.
Nice.
Windshield wipers also invented by a woman.
Smart.
What else? This is going off of like memory of 8 years ago when I taught women's inventions to my students in China.
I love how you're more educated on this than I am. That's what gets me.
it. Circular saw,
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's one of them.
1812.
What else you got?
I got Google.
Ladies, we know our shit.
Yeah, the aquarium, 1832.
Nice.
Ice cream maker. There you go.
Someone was on her period when she invented
Oh,
that.
here's one.
Guarantee.
well,
Woke up one day, I want some fucking ice cream.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm lactose intolerant, but I still want some ice cream.
I'll take the pain.
Yeah.
Give me the
Oh, it's
pleasure.
worth it. Submarine lamp and telescope.
wow.
That's cool. The computer algorithm was invented by a woman.
Interesting.
How was that? 1843. I'm gonna have to look into that more.
Interesting. 1843 for a computer algorithm?
Yeah.
What? That makes no sense. Yeah, right.
Well, I mean, they
What
were-
was she like?
it's a
What?
mathematics professor.
Like, was she an Atlantean? No. Like, I'm so confused. Interesting.
Yeah,
Women's inventions.
it's cool.
Well, we were kind of like, before we got started, we were kind of on the topic of like women's sports and men's sports.
Oh yes.
If you want to go there.
I feel like I'm ganged up on right here, though. Like, I got 2 men I'm talking to, and now I'm going to have to, like, but here's Mr. like, woman facts over here.
Well, there's
It's Google. It's
there's
all-
there's not there's no ganging up. I mean, I'm just gonna
Yeah.
tell you what I know. I'm just gonna
Yeah,
tell
yeah.
you.
Touche.
I'm not. I don't listen. I would love to see women's sports be on the same level as men's.
Yeah.
It would be amazing. You know, there's when I think of like, you know, how many women's gold medal hockey, Olympic gold hockey, I can't even talk. How many gold medals the women's Olympic team has won in hockey?
Yeah.
They win almost every year. It's usually between them and the United States.
Yeah.
Except for last year. Hoo-hoo. Sorry, United States. I didn't even make the last 2. But, you know, it's nice to, you know, when you think about the, like Haley Wickenheiser.
Loved her.
And, you know, the other women.
Campbell.
Yeah, thank you. I was like, who is the other one?
She was my fave.
Right?
Yes.
Like there's some real badass trailblazing women in sports. But what is the issue? Why, you know, a lot of people talk about why women's sports doesn't get the same recognition as men's. Why don't women athletes make the same amount of money as men?
Hit them with the facts.
I mean, it's easy. It has nothing to it. People want to bring, like, while I'm not gonna disregard that there's always been, sexist practices in sports and many other aspects of our lives when it comes to men and women. But if we're talking about today, right now, one of the biggest factors why women's sports and men's sports are so different in terms of the money they generate and the amount of salaries that they receive is simply viewership.
Yeah.
It's investment in the sport.
Yeah.
Most people watch men's sports. Mm-hmm. And so if women want to see more empowerment in women's sports and more salary and bigger endorsements and more money being generated, then y'all have to support those sports as women. Mm-hmm. That's all I could say. That's what it comes down to, because if you have men who are already watching men's sports and a lot of women who watch men's sports,
because we watch what our husbands want to watch.
I mean, I don't know. You tell me, like it. I think that there's, I don't know. I've met a lot of my female friends are just really into NFL. They're into hockey. They're not many into baseball. Few.
Yeah. My mom's so into baseball. My mom and Mama Hilda, super into baseball.
Nice.
Blue Jays.
Oh man, I should invite her out to come watch us play hardball this year.
My mom?
Yeah.
Or Mama Hilda?
Mama Hilda.
Yeah. Oh, she'd love that. She loves adventures. Anywhere on an adventure she wants to go.
Well, because you could bring the kids, because they're building a playground for kids down at Marshall Fields.
Oh, perfect.
So if you want to bring the fam jam down, Mama Hilda can come.
Heck yeah.
Watch us play some hardball. It's entertaining. It's
sounds like
not
fun.
good baseball, but it's entertaining baseball.
Well, I want to get on this First Nations. So we call it the Indian Hockey Tournament.
Hell yeah.
That's where we kind of met.
That is where we met.
Yeah, that's kind of where we met. Indian hockey, way more entertaining than what you see on TV, you guys.
Yeah, it gets a little chippy. Gets a little...
Women's Indian hockey is the most entertaining thing you'll probably ever see in this world.
Do tell. Tell me more. I want to know more.
I don't want to wrap myself out, is the thing.
No.
I was, a lot of teams liked to pick me up because I was a bit of a goon. I was fast skater.
Okay.
I was pretty ruthless.
Yeah.
I had no problem picking fights with anybody on the ice.
Gotcha.
And I was really good with like assists and passing the puck up and whatnot. I was really good at just getting to the puck, dumping it out. So I played defense and I played center a lot.
Right.
Or I was put on I was put on right wing.
Yeah.
And I do miss it. I miss hockey. I miss playing. I love watching. But I find when I'm watching, I just want to jump over the boards and like get right in there. It's so hard to resist that urge. Like when my siblings are playing, I really have to like tone my res girl down and not be like screaming and yelling the whole time.
Right,
it's
right.
not acceptable at kids hockey anymore.
Nah, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be.
You know what? Never traumatized me as a kid.
Okay, so I want to talk. I would like to talk about like women's hockey and ringette, because I've had this conversation. Obviously, Sarah. Yeah. Sarah is an amazing hockey player.
Yeah.
Like watching her play hockey is like, it's pretty special. She's fast. She can handle the puck well. She can shoot. Yeah. And she's not afraid to get into it with anybody, right?
I want to watch Sarah play. You have to invite me.
I will. It's like we were allowed to watch the games in the adult safe hockey league.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's not, there's no checking. It is chippy hockey. It is like, because and these are not my words, I've just had explained to me that like there's a lot of people who play in that league who just can't really play.
So you have to be a little more gentle.
No, they're a little more aggressive. They're a little bit more slash and hit and take you down, and a little bit more rough and tough because they can't play the game. So
they can't skate.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right.
Bad skaters.
So you goon them. Apparently.
Okay.
So, but it is fun to watch because it does get like, there's good teams and there's not good teams because it's just rec hockey, right? Yeah. But I remember Keith Lewis, obviously, I don't know if I should bleep that out or not, but maybe do it. He gets us all together for, every Saturday he has ice time, right?
Yeah.
For the Res boys. And I asked him if I could bring Sarah out. This was a couple of years ago. I was like, hey, do you mind if I bring Sarah out? Like, she's a really good hockey player. And he's like, oh yeah, like, go ahead, bring her out. So brought her out and skating with all the boys. And she was disappointed because she felt like they weren't trying because she was a girl.
Oh, that's so annoying.
She was annoyed. She was like, come on, you guys. Like, I can play hockey with the best of them.
She's small though.
Yeah, but there's no hitting. You can't hit anybody.
Do you know what she should have done though? You know what, Sarah, take it from me, honey. Just they want the Dukes, give them the Dukes, and then then they'll know, like, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah,
that's how we speak on the res though. You gotta. It's like it's a silly establish, or no, it's not even an establish who you are. It's more like make a statement.
I mean, I don't know. It was just all fun, right? It's not meant to be like super serious or anything, but she expected a little bit more, a little more from the boys. So, but it was fun.
I'd love to go play hockey with Sarah.
Yeah. I mean, you will get,
we'll go for a skate.
Yeah. Well, join our hockey team. They're always looking for players. They need girls.
I've been asked by teams out here to go play. I just couldn't commit, right? Because
They play once a week.
Yeah.
Every Sunday.
Okay. I need some new gear though. Definitely. I had to borrow. So the last tournament that I was in, I hadn't played for 10 years and then just decided like, oh yeah, jump on, blah, blah, blah. Got into a fight. Kind of got into a fight. But I was wearing my brother's helmet, which was way too big on me. And I was wearing some of his other gear too. I think I had his gloves on even. It was all just too big. And the skates that I had were not sharp enough.
Oh.
They were not sharpened. So it was like my first 2 games sucked. Dropped my skates off, got them sharpened. Next game, that was like the coach was blown away. He was just like, you can come play for us whenever you want. And I was like, I would love that. And I was super gung-ho to do it. But then I just couldn't commit. You
know what? You should. I might know someone who runs that team. And, if you, I don't know if they're allowed to add players now. I'm sure they are. But either way, if you're interested, I'm sure they would. I feel like it would have to be a next year thing for me right now because I still am dealing with that little bit of an ankle injury I caused myself doing the most dangerous thing in the world, laundry. Yeah. Laundry's so dangerous nowadays. It's so bad. Watch out for those Tide Pods. I know. No, you know what? Seriously, I don't use that shit. No, not at all. I can't. No, I tried using Tide Pods and I kept finding them gunked up, stuck to my clothes. Yep.
I use them all the time.
Do they work though? Like, so what's your magic trick? Because I fuck it up
when
apparently.
When do you put them in?
Right at the beginning?
Yeah. Don't put it at the beginning. Put it at the end.
Huh?
I only use Tide Pods.
Yeah.
And I put them at the end. That's the last thing I put in. Okay. And I've never had them only use cold water. Put all the cold extra rinse in as well.
Oh, you mean put in? Okay, see, I thought you meant like you wait till like the end of the cycle and put it. I was like, how does that work?
Load your clothes.
Yeah.
Throw the thing in, start it. But I always put an extra rinse cycle.
Okay.
Because Aaliyah actually, she was like, she got that. It was like it was towels or something and
got wrapped up.
It was like, it was gross and. That's when I was just like, I don't want that on my clothes.
It's not fun to deal with. It looks like
girls' clothes. You looks
like hardened cat litter or something.
Yeah,
with a nice smell.
I was gonna say something else, but yeah, like sure, cat litter. It looks like. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so going on the hockey and ringette thing. So I wanted to ask you. So one of the big Sarah and I have talked a lot about this. Is why wasn't there more efforts, more money, more things put into women's hockey for young women? Because if there was more time and energy and money and resources put into women's hockey from a young age, I think women's hockey would be very different right now.
Oh, totally.
And so I wanted to ask you, and I'm not taking anything away from those who play ringette and who those who enjoy it. And
women in sports in general.
Right. That's awesome. But let's talk about ringette. And that hockey is better than ringette.
Are you trying to trick me right now?
No.
Or is this a genuine? Okay, yeah.
No, I think hockey's better sport than ringette. Yeah. I've watched them both be played.
Yeah. I've never played ringette, so I can't say whether I would like one more than the other. All I know is that I went straight from figure skating to playing hockey.
Right.
So I don't know. I feel like if I were to do the same thing, like go from hockey to ringette, it would feel like going back to figure skating.
Yeah, right. Like it, and that's kind of what I'm trying to say is there's no future in ringette.
Yeah.
There's not like a professional ringette league, but there's professional women's hockey.
Yeah.
So why not put the time, money, and energy into developing a really good women's hockey program
Instead of ringette.
Because
all those ringette girls would easily be able to transfer to playing hockey.
I've watched them.
Yeah.
Some of them come over to the women's rec league hockey.
Yeah.
And they're fast. They can stick handle. They got they're excellent athletes.
Yeah, yeah.
So to me, it's like, why would you play a sport that like really doesn't have a future? And again, I'm not trying to shit on the sport itself and the people who play it. I'm just saying,
Looking at the reality,
there's more of a future in women's hockey and more opportunities and possibilities to really grow something if you invested that time and money and energy into hockey rather than ringette.
Yeah.
So, I think I would love to see more of that in the future. If we really want to empower women's sports, it starts from the youth leagues.
Yeah.
You're not just going to blow up an adult league all of a sudden.
No.
You got to get, if you look at any sport, what gets us really excited about sports are the new talents that come up.
Yeah.
Connor McDavid, when it was like, oh, Connor McDavid's coming to the NHL, and Austin Matthews. And, if you want to go back in time and you got, Gordie Howe, and you got Eric Lindros, you got Mario Lemieux, Trevor Linden, Pavel Bure, Marty Brodeur. You get excited about the people. Patrick Waugh.
Do you remember him?
Oh yeah,
one of my faves.
His farewell game.
Yeah.
Where he saluted the Bell Center and said, "This is how you're going to treat me. This is the last time I will ever wear this uniform."
Yeah.
And he walked off the ice, and no one knew that was actually his last game he would ever play for the Montreal Canadiens.
I know.
And then he won a Stanley Cup with Colorado the very next year.
It was the best. That was when he was the best. That was my favorite.
Yeah.
When he was with Colorado.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it comes down to, if we had that development of hockey, women's hockey, it would get people excited about the athlete. Mm-hmm. And then you get the endorsements, then you get the jerseys, then you get the swag, then you get the commercials, then you get, boom, it all just kind of starts piling up. So
basically what you're saying, like your shout out to all the women of the world is just like, get on it, ladies. Take that remote from your husband and say, we're watching women's hockey instead.
That is not what I'm saying.
Yes, it is. It's what he's saying.
No, not at all. No, but that's just it. Grab the remote. Try to find some women's sports right now. You can't.
So and you know what? Oh, yeah.
I was just going to say you can't, because I was just looking it up, and out of all the sports that's broadcasted, only 4% is women's sports.
Exactly.
So sad.
And out of the highlights and the highlight shows and stuff like that, when they go over the coverage, in 80% of it, there's zero coverage in the women's sports.
Oh my gosh.
Do you want to know? And I don't have an exact number, but I did read what is okay. Here's a pop quiz for you, for both of you.
Wow.
What would you say is the most watched women's sport? What would you say? Like, is the sport that more people watch than any other sport in terms of just women playing?
I would say maybe WNBA.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I'm not a basketball person, so
you're saying WNBA. Jay says WNBA.
That's what I would have to say, because I would assume that, and I doubt baseball gets played. Volleyball.
You're gonna say volleyball?
I'm saying volleyball.
Okay, you're both incorrect.
What?
It's women's tennis.
Oh, duh.
God.
God.
Bro, we're talking
like Venus and Serena.
We're talking about Sharapova.
Yeah, sorry.
We're talking about
she's more
mini
recent.
skirts. Like I'm talking
They're,
about the
they're
men
crazy
watch.
They're
grunts
wearing
when they hit
skorts,
anything.
though. They're not mini skirts. They're
No.
skorts.
They're skorts. Yeah.
No, I know.
But
I apologize for the wrong terminology, but
Jay is a father to daughters, guys, so this is why he knows these things.
No, I knew it before, actually.
Oh.
I went to, like, my internship in New York was
Yeah.
for fashion photography.
Oh, duh.
So, I mean, like, I took sewing all through high school. Like,
hell yeah.
That's right. You were talking about that and the costumes. Like you showed us those costumes, like
I
friends.
used to all make my friends Halloween costumes, mine as well.
That is so cool, Jay.
Dresses. And
So full of fun facts.
they
and
weren't
things.
that great. I mean, I hated them. They liked them. Well, they said they liked them anyways, and they wore
Yeah.
them. So, I mean, like, they couldn't have been that bad. But
Right.
Pictures looked cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah,
tennis.
it's tennis, volleyball, WNBA. They're all up there.
Yeah.
But it's like we're talking about like the quote unquote sex appeal of these sports.
Oh well, and talk to all the volleyball players
Right.
that have to wear like bikini shorts and a top that hardly covers their nipples, and like shorts that ride up their butt, giving them wedgies.
Shorts that barely cover them. Period.
It doesn't-
It's like I was shocked when I saw what they're wearing for beach volleyball.
It's so well, and see, here's like the thing too is because I used to I played club volleyball.
Yeah.
And so I played club, and the thing that I always like why I chose to wear spandex is because when I go to slide and stuff, like I just felt more like, I guess aerodynamic, I guess you could say.
No,
like,
absolutely.
I played, my position was power because I had a really good spike.
Okay.
But like I remember playing in spandex, and it's like you have to have a certain kind of spandex that doesn't ride up your butt.
Yeah.
And you know those spandex, they're like, you know, dime a dozen. They're hard to find.
Do you think though? And I'm really not trying to be what's that word? Condescending when I ask this. I'm genuinely asking. Like, do you think that what women wear in the beach volleyball specifically? Mm-hmm. Do you think that's like just because like you don't want sand getting all caught up in your clothes, and it's just like if you wear something, if there's
Nobody
too much,
wants sand in their hoo-ha.
right? Obviously,
Yeah.
But like I'm just wondering, like, is it like, do you think that the players themselves have like been like, we like this, we want to wear this, or do you think it's like the higher up, so to speak, saying y'all need to wear this because we need
I feel like that clothing,
Sex appeal
it's chosen for them. I do believe. Like you know what sucks is like I just watched something on this like a couple months ago, and it's completely all the information that I soaked in is gone from my brain right now. You can blame retrograde. You can blame the full moon. Sorry, like we had that while we were having our prep talk. All of us kept forgetting what we were gonna say.
Yep.
It's been a weird day. If anybody's been feeling those vibes, like you can't spit anything out, like it's not just you. It's not just you. If you're like in a weird space right now, it's not just you. But anyway, back to that. I was noticing like, you know, women were talking about how for them, it's not just because they don't want uneven tans or anything like that. It's
Right.
like, it's chosen for them. Kind of like, you know, how cheerleaders have their outfits chosen for them and whatnot too.
Yeah.
Do I believe that it's maybe a man's way of luring viewers in? Of course, probably, because sex sells,
yeah.
unfortunately.
You know, I don't know. I haven't. You don't hear about stories too often in Canada, but like since we're on the topic of that, you know, we in one of my education course, we actually this was a couple of years ago, but we talked about at great lengths about clothing and the sexualization of clothing, especially like children's clothing.
Oh God.
And,
yes, it's terrible.
And dress codes and all of these things. And while I feel like it's a bigger issue in the States, I know that it's still an issue here in Canada in the school systems to an extent. But some of the rules that schools have for what girls can and can't wear is absolutely mind-blowing. Like the restrictions on no spaghetti strapped shirts. You can't show your bra. Your dress or your skirt has to be a certain length. You can't wear anything that shows too much shoulder or skin.
What disgusts me about that is the fact that it's more like trying to shame a girl for wearing something maybe appropriate for a fucking 40-degree day or something like that versus shaming a boy who maybe gets a boner over seeing a little bit of skin on some girl's shoulder. Like, who are you pointing the shame at? Because for one thing, you're telling girls to cover up because you don't want the boys to give them the wrong attention. But at the same time, too, it's just like, you know, it's no big deal when a guy goes and rips his shirt off. But if a woman rips her shirt off and she's got a sports bra on, it's like, oh my God, she's showing her boobs. And it's just like, so are you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know, since the yoga pants trend came about us, you know, that was, I think Lululemon really put that on the map, right?
Oh yeah.
You know, so I think once that trend started, I think like I rarely see, like you are the exception and Sarah too, but like I don't see any women wearing jeans nowadays. Like it's all spandex.
I know.
It's all yoga pants.
Especially in even in like the business world.
Yes.
Where it's just like, okay, you have to wear dress pants.
Yeah.
But then women are okay to come in yoga pants.
Yeah.
Like,
okay, but honestly, I hate women's dress pants. They look weird. They bulge weird. They zip up weird. My butt does not feel comfortable in them. They feel like they're going to split. Do you know what it's like trying to get dress pants up over these hips?
but I mean, like, if I showed up in sweats,
Yeah.
I guess they make. I don't even know if they make.
I'm wearing men's Lululemon pants right now.
Yeah,
Those
but
are nice.
Those are like dress pants, though.
They are.
They're actually like dress pants and not like yoga pants.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay,
You know
okay,
what I
okay.
mean?
I
Like,
got
if
you.
you wear
Yeah.
dress pants. They're dress pants, right? Like,
Yeah. If I, you know what, like my choice for dress pant, like back in the day used to be like Dickies because they were comfortable and they were great. They felt the closest to something that I could wear comfortably. You try to fit myself into a pair of dress pants and it is the most uncomfortable, weird, like, and I'm going to say it's crotchy feeling.
Yeah.
I don't like the crotchy feeling because they come way up over your belly button and they look funny. And I'm not selling Bibles. It's, I don't like the aesthetic of it. And, you know, that's where I will, you know what, I'm going to defend the yoga pant thing here. Women should be allowed to wear yoga pants. And it's nothing about sexualization. It's about being comfortable and looking good.
Why can't men wear joggers then?
Yep.
I don't write the fucking rules.
No, but I mean, like, if a guy showed up to the same job.
Yeah.
Okay, so I used to sell cell phones, and I had to wear dress pants, a dress shirt, and a tie.
Yeah.
That's what we wore.
Yeah.
It was okay for the women to show up in, like, yoga pants.
Yeah.
They're yoga pants. That's why I keep saying yoga pants, right? Like, they're exercise pants. They're not,
Yeah.
like, there's...
I'm fit. I do fitness in these pants.
It's...
Can I go grab coffee with my friends?
I'm not saying they're bad.
I'm a mom on the go and I
You know
shop
what?
with
I just
my
booped my
fitness
nose with
pants
the
on.
microphone.
But I mean, like, I know a lot of different types of clothing are worn not specifically for what they're made for,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but they're not like dress clothes. If you have to wear dress
Yeah.
clothes, okay, maybe open it up. Maybe like dark jeans.
Dark jeans would be,
You know, like-
that to me, it should be acceptable.
Yeah.
I remember one of my managers, I love her so much. I'm pretty sure I went in there with, did I go in there with? I think I did. I probably wore jeans to that interview, but it was like later on I had learned, like when I had been at this job for so long, that like it's a no-no to wear jeans to an interview.
Yep.
Or like while you're out job hunting and dropping off resumes and stuff like that. And, you know, back then I would have totally thought like, oh, well, my leggings or my yoga pants or something, because that's the closest thing to a dress pant I have. Like, it got to a point where it, like, in my life, dress pants don't even exist. I don't own them, actually. I don't own a single pair.
Okay, so here's the thing. Going on what Jay was just saying and about like dressing appropriately for, I would use that word loosely, appropriate,
Yeah.
for whatever setting you're in is, so in that same classroom we were talking about children's clothing, teenagers' clothing,
Yeah.
and like how, like we were talking about the sexualization of clothing for
Yeah.
children and how weird that is.
It's gross.
It's disgusting. And so we talked about, okay, so now let's talk about adults and let's
Yeah.
talk about professors specifically. So we talked about, we went through this like study, so to speak, and it was talking about how they did a study and they asked students about their professor's attire and what they wear. And they said, so if you go in and it's like, Dr. Isaac is standing there in a suit and tie, you're going to listen to his lecture and you're going to look at him with certain respect. You're going to like that the way he dressed is like, I believe what he's saying. He's educated, blah, 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 right? It's like the clothing kind of dictate that you are in a position where you can be educating people.
Kind of
right?
like a modest, not showboaty, not flashy.
Yep.
No peacocking.
No peacocking. Or you could be just business casual. You don't have to be a tie. Just could be like a dress coat and slacks. I
had a lot of teachers that were like, like jeans and a dress shirt kind of thing.
I'm glad you said that because and now I'm speaking about university specifically. I'm not talking about high school or even elementary school. Just like in university. And so they talked about, okay, so now if your professor showed up wearing a Hawaiian shirt and, and just a pair of shorts.
Yeah.
Are you still going to look at him with the same respect in the same view if he was wearing a suit and tie?
No, I'll crack a joke first.
Sure. And
if they were older, I think I would be okay with that.
Right. But
which makes it weird.
And I agree with you, but that's the thing. The study that we were doing, like we were learning about, is that like more often than not, how you dress will determine how your education or how your meeting or how anything that you're doing will go over. So if you're dressed really casual and you're giving a very important business meeting, if you're in jeans and a t-shirt and you're trying to talk to other people who are like trying to like do business ventures with you, they're not going to take you seriously or as serious as you were if you were dressing with a tie and
appropriately,
like quote unquote appropriately. Yeah. But speaking of like, if you're in a classroom, if you're a doctor and you dress casually and you're still delivering a lesson, it shouldn't take anything away from what you're teaching. Yeah. Just because you're wearing something different doesn't mean that you're any less educated or you should be taken any less serious.
No, but the thing about it is like people say, oh, don't judge. That's what people do.
Oh, yeah.
100%. Everyone, you might not say it out loud. You might not focus it on in your mind, but everyone judges everyone. When you see someone, you judge them instantly. Yeah. Okay? And like what you're saying, I was early 20s. Okay? I'm walking down the street. I've got a hoodie, my hat. I don't know if I was wearing jeans or shorts or something. And this old couple, and this is in Kelowna, I'm walking down the street, and this couple crosses the street. Yep. And walks around me.
Oh, wow.
The next day, same thing, but I'm in dress clothes. I got my tie on, everything. They walk by me. Hi, good morning.
Yep.
Like, this happened all the time. And it was the same couple, because I would go to, I think it was in school or work or whatever it was. Right. But I left at the same time.
Like, oh, he's not a riffraff.
Well, and they didn't.
Yeah, right.
They didn't recognize me.
Yeah.
They would see like someone dressed up and they would have no problem throwing a hoodie and a hat and whatever, and they would cross the street. They would literally cross the street, go around, and then cross the street back.
I know exactly what you're talking about because and not so much to do with I'm shifting a little bit, but same idea is when I was in China, tattoos are very taboo over there. Mm-hmm. Like if you have a tattoo, you're a bad guy, right? So many times I would hear I'd be standing at a crosswalk ready to cross, and there would always be like a parent and a kid, and the kid would be like, Mama, what's that on his leg? That's showing my leg tattoo. And the mom would look and she said, oh, yeah, that 他是坏人,他有纹身, like he's a bad guy. He has a tattoo. And like I would hear that a lot, like like that's a bad man, he has a tattoo. And like I'd have kids come up and like rub my leg, like literally I'll never forget this kid like rubbed my leg and he's like rubbed it, and then he like literally licked his finger and went to like rub my, I'm like, hey, I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, does that come off? I'm like, no, it doesn't. And he's like, oh, and his mom's like, oh, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, it's okay. But like that same principle of like, you are immediately put into a category of like, you're a bad person.
Yeah.
Just for having a tattoo, or if you're, or how you're dressed.
Yeah.
People look at you a certain way depending on how you dress. And that's just a fact of life.
So back to volleyball and stuff.
Nice segue.
So back
Speaking
to
of
volleyball.
segues,
Right.
that's going to be the name of this episode.
The segues.
Segues.
The plan was there is no plan.
There wasn't. Not today.
There was no plan. But back to like, well, you were saying that like the way that you dress is like how people view you and blah, blah, blah. Like you think about it, somebody turns the channel right to women's volleyball and her butt's hanging out and she's got a sand wedgie and a bathing suit bottom wedgie. Immediately you always hear like, oh God, what are they wearing? And it's always like something like that. Right. And, I kind of think about that. Like, who picks the outfits? Do they pick the outfit, or does like the corporation or whatever, like their sponsor, pick the outfit? Like, do they get sent that? Is it a choice?
I don't know. I would like to. I mean, in a perfect world, I would like to assume that the athletes have a say in what they wear.
Yeah.
This isn't like the 1940s anymore.
Yeah.
So, like, I would really like to think they have some sort of involvement in the attire that they wear.
Yeah, like the bathing suit tops are fine because they're usually like some form of sports bra, which are very supportive. But like, I'm at least like, give the ladies some biker shorts or something. But it is true with the bathing suit shorts, like you're less likely to get sand to go down your pants or something. But
Right.
like, if you do a dive into the sand with biker shorts on, you might have like a sand diaper. So, and that's uncomfortable. So like, to look at it in both ways, right? It's just like, yeah, it might be discomfort, but it's also fighting discomfort, if you know what I mean. Like,
Well, they wear pretty much the same thing, but shorts versions when they're inside.
yeah, exactly.
Right?
Well,
spandex
yeah.
shorts, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So why not biker, like the bike shorts when they're inside?
So here's the other thing too, though, is that, okay, volleyball players, ladies, please don't get upset with me over this. I'm a volleyball player too. I played volleyball, so I'm not upset by this in any means. This is just a comparison. You look at a woman walking on the street, and this is the thing too, because this is a sport. That's not a sport. So maybe, I guess pole dancing. Like, pole dancing is actually a sport. Well,
What?
I was just trying to think of a comparison, you know? Like, you look at a woman in a sport, like, and it's a sport. It's an actual...
Are clothes required for pole dancing?
No, no, you need your skin, though, like, for that piece of art, for that dance that she's creating on the pole.
Yeah.
And not all pole dancers are strippers, though. They're actually, like, athletic pole dancers, like shit you'd see in Cirque du Soleil.
Where are they? Because I've never seen an athletic stripper
Find
ever.
it on YouTube, and it's not an athletic stripper.
I am not
it is
searching athletic strippers on
it's-
YouTube.
You can go and do like workouts. Like
Yeah, it's called
the whole
pole
group-
fitness.
Yeah, pole fitness.
I'm
there's a whole group
aware
of that. Yeah.
Oh, I know. I'm
You can
no, I'm
Google
just-
it, and it's actually cool. Women have like full on like dance things with it, and like there's this one chick that I follow, and she does a lot of like dancing to like Marilyn Manson and Ghost Main and like some really heavy stuff. But it's like, I love the way it's like so artistic, and she's creepy when she moves down the pole, and it looks so cool. Like, I'd love to do that if I didn't think I'd fall and hurt my brain. But like, no, I don't think I got it anymore, guys. Like, I just can't. I don't think I could. But you look at a woman who has to wear stuff like that for pole fitness, and like really judgy people will judge what she's wearing, and then they'll watch women's volleyball, but that's totally normal.
I don't know enough to really comment on I've seen it. Like in China.
You guys are so awkward now.
No.
I'm like, go watch the pole dancing.
No, in China, the athletic pole classes, or whatever you want to call them, the pole fitness, very prominent in China.
Yeah.
Like when I would go to the gym, there was always those classes ongoing.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
But women were not wearing anything out of like nothing skimpy, nothing like.
You have to wear shorts though.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
but it wasn't like
yoga pants, shorts. So
yeah,
Like spandex shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. It wasn't anything like outrageous. It wasn't like it was just.
Some of the dancers, though, like not like the exotic dancers, but like the women who actually perform in like athletic pole fitness competitions and stuff, like that's what they wear. So technically they're athletes too.
Can you pull? I need to see this.
I don't want that on my search history.
I'll explain it to
Dude,
Aaliyah.
it doesn't
I'll
matter.
explain
Yeah,
it to
this
her.
is for research purposes. I need to see what this
Research
even looks
purposes.
like.
Your wives will never let you hang out with me ever again.
What am I Googling here?
Pole fitness competitions.
Pole fitness competitions. There it is.
What an episode this is. I hope you guys are enjoying this wacky ride we're on today.
I'm really curious to see what this looks like.
Well, there's
But
like YouTube videos and stuff.
well, yeah, and this
We
is
just need an image.
this is the thing. You have to admit that they are athletes too. They're
U.S. pole
athletic.
dance competition professional division.
Yes.
That's the.
You know what? The word athlete gets thrown around just a little bit too freely nowadays.
You play frisbee golf.
I'm an athlete.
Shut up.
There's also.
No, that's what I'm saying. That is you're considered an athlete if you play frisbee golf. You're considered an athlete if you play pool. You're considered an athlete if you play snooker. You're considered an athlete.
What is a snooker?
You don't know what snooker is?
It's a different type of pool, basically.
Yeah, instead of like a ball combination of 1 through 2. How many pool balls are there? Instead of numbered
10?
balls,
I want to say 12.
I want to say 12. So instead of numbered balls, they're just colored.
Okay.
So you got to sync like a certain color combination.
That is snooker.
That is snooker.
Okay.
There's a world pole sport competition. Mm-hmm. World or U.S. Pole Federation competition.
Don't be scared. Just click on the image and show us what they wear.
See if I can find that. I want to see if I can find that.
It's like gymnastics clothes.
The spooky.
Yeah,
lady.
okay, I see it.
Whoopsie. What am I doing here?
Yeah, like it's just straight up gymnastics clothes. Like it makes me think of what's the ribbon?
Oh, ribbon
Like
dancing.
river-
Like what they
river
wear,
dancing.
right? Like the ribbon,
Yeah.
right? And then there's like this lady's wearing like what a figure skater would wear.
Oh, that's like
There's dudes here too.
yeah.
I wish I could find that one chick that I was like telling you guys about, because I saved her stuff so long ago and she was so cool, but I cannot remember. She's Russian or something.
That's okay. You know, I think there's a bigger issue we need to discuss in this room about women's clothes.
Yes.
Something that is near and dear to my heart. Because I can share sweatpants, Roots sweatpants with Sarah. Okay?
Yeah.
That's because you're
And-
both tiny.
Right. So, because we can share, I experienced something that I didn't know anything about. Women's pants, whether it's sweatpants, jeans, dress pants, any kind of pants, why do y'all get ripped off on your pocket size? That is fucked up.
We don't-
Like,
Okay, this is
your
so
pockets
bad.
are tiny compared to
know.
men's pockets.
I know.
Tiny.
This is so bad that my 3-year-old Rosalie, one of her pants had pockets the other day, and she got so excited. Like the only girls, like women I've seen get excited with pockets. But she's 3 years old.
Yeah.
She already knows her clothes doesn't have pockets.
Right?
So when they have pockets, she was so excited. She's like,
All
"I have
women get
pockets."
excited about
And then
the-
she's like filling them up with everything.
Have you ever seen any videos or reels about when women
Oh, yeah.
discover pockets in like their wedding dress or
the-
like anything, and
yeah.
they're like, "There's
Like
pockets
the summer
in there!"
dress. Or, yeah.
That's so
See?
exciting. It's yes,
crazy.
It's a problem.
yeah, it is. It's a problem.
It's for fashion. It's for the look. So they, instead of having like look, think of your pocket right now. Like
Yeah.
mine's sitting up, and like I can put my hand in it, right? Like without it having to move the pocket itself.
True
You don't
that.
have pockets, do you?
I do have pockets, but they're tiny as
yeah.
heck.
Yes, that's what I mean. Why
That's how I fucking lost my phone. Because stupid Rogers Place wouldn't allow me to bring my purse into the stadium. I had to put my
Yeah.
phone in my teeny tiny pocket, which fell out and was not found.
I find, you know,
So annoying.
because of that issue. That's a great example. More often than not, I think women put their phones in their back pockets now, right? Because it's
Yeah.
it's the biggest pocket.
But my butt, it's like... Sometimes when I sit down hard. And like, I don't want to... And that was a new
Well,
phone.
You remember when did they bring out the Plus for the iPhones, like the larger phones?
Yeah.
Ooh, that was after like the 7, I think.
No, I think it was the 6.
Oh, maybe
wanna
yeah,
say.
maybe the
The
7.
Phones
the
are
first
tablets
ones,
now. Let's be real. They're huge.
I was selling cell phones, and so many girls would come in and have their phone, and it would be bent. And the screen would be cracked, the phone would be bent, and then I'm like, how did you do this? And then all of them would be like, I put my phone in my back pocket, I forgot, and I sat down.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's a phone.
Exactly. See, case, point.
Absolutely.
When I'm like, well, should have bought a case. Well, then I can't fit it in my back pocket.
Exactly.
And this is why, okay, so think about how excited you get with having pockets, like decent pockets.
Super excited.
And think about all the women that rag on cargo shirts.
Cargo shirts?
Shorts.
Oh, shorts.
oh,
Oh,
I was like, ew.
bro.
No.
Hey man, listen.
I
I
have
was
cargo
with you
short-
till you said
shorts.
cargo shorts, man.
Come
I have
on,
cargo
bro.
shorts.
When I'm on a shoot,
How
I
many
have like
bleeps
3 or
am I
4
on?
batteries I have to carry. I might have lenses. Like,
Yeah.
I can't carry a bag.
I don't hate on cargo shorts. Shorts.
See,
Shorts.
listen,
Shorts.
I listen. I can't leave you hanging, brother. I fucking love cargo shorts. Okay, Devin doesn't know me well enough to call me out yet. So about what I wear, I mean, so
I
like
wear cargo shorts. I have camo cargo shorts.
cargo shorts are amazing. You can
that's
put
a bit
so
much.
much stuff in there.
They are my hiking shorts. Like if I have to go hiking in like really prickly, bushly areas, that's
Snacks.
yes, and snacks. I'm a mother. I'm a snack bitch. I have to have pockets for everything, and those are the shorts that I would wear out in the garden too, because I could fit my phone in this side, snacks in that side. You know, like weeds
I
in
think-
that
I love
pocket.
them. I wear them all the time.
I think that's another T-shirt right there.
What?
Snack bitch. Just remember to pay all royalties to Devin.
Right. I was just gonna say I better get some royalties.
I was gonna say, you know what you should do with your
bitch.
hoodies?
Huh.
You need like inside, like hidden pockets inside or something. Like
You know? Oh my gosh.
for women, for like
I
their
was
phones.
so
and
there
stuff.
is in Carhartt they do that now. They have an inside
Like inside
cell
the
phone
pouch?
pocket
Or,
inside
yeah,
the
it
pouch.
could be like
yes.
a zipper pocket inside the pouch.
Yeah,
That
would be
Carhartt
cool.
does that now.
Oh, do they?
Get on it.
Carhartt.
It's a good thing. I use mine when I go out in the pasture, and I don't actually have to worry about like my phone dropping into the trough or anything.
That's actually really smart. Carhartt, if you're listening, we're always up for teaming up with other businesses. So if y'all want to collab,
Yeah,
let me know.
I would love a hoodie
And
too.
I was so excited though because I was at the horse barn. I bought a whip. Oh my gosh, I'm excited for this whip. It's not actually going to get used to whip any horses. Don't worry, all the
But the-
horsey advocates, people that don't understand. It's literally just to wiggle behind my horse so he keeps moving because I keep like trying to chase him with the rope a little bit and I'm just getting dizzy and my ankle can't take it anymore.
But
So-
weren't whips you're not even like, correct me if I'm wrong, but like from what I've understood about whips is they were not supposed to be used to actually whip the horse. It's just supposed to make that sound.
It's not meant. Okay, whips
Like the-
were not just meant to make a sound, like
A cracking sound.
yeah. Well, that's for fun.
What's
You
the
do
whip
that shit
sound
for
make?
fun.
Who knows what sound the whoop-pa!
I like that.
Another throwback to Friends right
To
there.
all
no,
our
we don't
Friends
say
fans out there, that was for you.
Whoop-a. I like that one better.
Chandler.
Chandler's the man. Joey's the man. They're all
No,
the man.
Joey's not the man.
You do not like Joey?
He's too dumb and just
That's why he's funny though. But Chandler is the best. Ross is hilarious.
yeah.
Did you know that if I was a boy, my name was supposed to be Ross?
Oh.
And I said, Mom, thank you for not calling me Ross. Well, because you watch Friends and you look at Ross, he becomes the Ross. Like that's the Ross. And it's just like, I don't know, maybe my personality is similar, but
You are 1,000%.
Phoebe,
Nope.
Jen,
Rachel,
No.
Monica.
Yep.
I'm Monica.
Absolutely.
She's
way.
so intense.
No way.
What? Really?
I would say a combination of the three.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah,
I
yeah,
like
yeah,
that. I
yeah.
can deal
Okay,
with
okay,
that.
okay.
If you take like all the best parts of them, right?
Okay.
Thinking
All right.
of like who you are. You
Yeah.
remember last week when you were saying that how I correct you?
Yes.
So my brother and my cousin used to call me Ross all the time.
Oh.
Because if you, like that one episode where they're saying like the negative things everybody does.
Yeah.
And how Ross always has to correct people.
Yeah.
I do that.
Mr. Fun
I
Facts.
try so hard not to correct people. And I noticed actually when I was editing last week's episode, I corrected you guys again on something.
That's
I was
so
like, well,
funny.
actually.
No,
you know, like,
but that's the point, Jay. That's why you've got the mic, because we love your little fun facts.
No, keep it up. He's going to get that mic cut.
see, that's the thing. I'm really curious about like anyone's comments. Like put on there, like if you don't want to hear my voice, because I'm not a person that wants to.
Jay, you were literally being asked by many of the followers and many of our listeners
No, but
to
I mean now
come
that I
on.
actually am on there, right? Like
Don't think
No.
about it too much, bro.
I'm here for
oh
it.
god,
We love it.
We're here for it,
You're
Jay.
good.
I overthink everything.
True.
Yes, you
We
do.
all do.
Yeah, you're just like Ross
Yeah. So then who the heck would I be then?
Chandler.
Joey.
I am way smarter than Joey and not as good looking. So
I'd say like for
A
your,
combination.
for
right?
like your sarcastic comedy,
yeah.
Joey, but like also Chandler's sarcastic comedy, but Mr. Facts as well. You know what? You're a combination of all three.
That's what it's, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, you are. You're a
Well,
combination of all
your
three.
social skills is definitely Joey.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you are able to talk to anyone about anything.
Yeah.
True that.
You know, and it's just something we were talking about before you got here. When I was going over the posts and the shares and everything like that
Yeah.
we've all done. Like when Cody posts something, I think
Yeah.
like we talked about this before, but when Cody posts, like when he shares the podcast, he reaches like 60 to 100 plus people.
Yeah.
Comments and likes and shares, and like when he posts something, he's got to reach. People read what he writes, and people listen to when he talks about something.
People don't listen to me. They think I'm dumb.
You want to see
No,
like you want to see people
that's
don't
not
listen. Go on my posts. Look what I post, and they have like nothing. You have like 20 to
Crickets.
60. I have like one,
Yeah.
if that. Sometimes, like most of the time, it's like one or two.
But
But I kind of like put myself in that position
Yeah.
for how I am on social media. And
Yeah.
then now it's just like, okay, I'm trying to promote my business. I'm trying to promote the podcast. And it's not really going to work for me because I think how I've been on social media. Like I've been very like,
You know
I
what
don't
you need?
post, I don't comment, I don't,
Yeah. You need a music video, Jay.
music video.
One that you like edit and produce yourself.
I
that.
actually, that award sitting there,
Yeah.
that's over there. I filmed that's award for best documentary at a film festival at the college I went to, and it was on a band, a buddy I went to high school with.
Yeah.
He was in it.
I've always wanted like a YouTube channel, Jay. Kind of like Fallon Taylor's, but like, you know, more resneck, like me. That's what I call it.
I've been trying to start
Awesome.
a YouTube channel forever, and I hate being on camera so much.
No,
So
but
I'm
you'd be
actually-
filming me.
No, I'm like I want to start my own.
Yeah.
But
listen, I think that this is just my opinion. I'm not saying I'm right. I don't have any facts to back this up, but what I believe is like if you are someone who posts a lot on social media, it's challenging for people to like be
Keep up.
engaged, like
Yeah.
actually engaged. Like
Yeah.
you might scroll past, you see it's your homie, hey, yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
You know, but you're not actually like
Yeah.
engaging with it and like taking the time. Whereas like I think for myself, I don't post a lot. I'm very selective on how I post. Like
see, and
I
I don't
don't
think it's that though, because I don't really post anything.
Yeah, you don't think so?
I post like very, very little. I think it's like your personality for one, but then also it's how you've been on social media. You know what I mean? Like your presence on social media it's your personality, very open. Very,
Okay. I see what you're
vulnerable,
saying.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you are honest, open person. And when you post something, people know. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And your personality comes across that. Yours
Mine.
as well, Devin.
Well, no, people think I'm full of myself, I think.
Really?
So I don't know.
I
I'm
don't
assuming-
think so.
I see the super open, like friendly person when you post.
That's what I
like,
see.
When you're reading your posts. I
Good.
see that.
Awesome.
And
That's
then
what I'm
mine
going
is
for.
like, hold on, I want to pull mine up now.
It's like, well, genuinely, right? Like I try to be, it's not that I try to be, it's like I am my most real and authentic self when I'm on there. And even if I use a filter and whatnot, and I don't even care about that, you know, it's funny
Right.
because people are like, oh, she must be trying to cover something up. She's using a filter. It's like, no, I'm using a filter because I don't give a fuck what you think, actually.
Yeah.
I like it.
I'm with you. You know, but then there's like the folks out there Now, I always, this could be a rabbit hole for us. I always look at whenever there's controversial posts on like the Vernon Rant Rave, someone gets on their little racist rocket and decides that they're going to make a statement today about anything. I like to look into that person.
Yeah.
I look at their profile, I look at them, and then I'm like, okay, first of all, you don't have a profile picture. Every profile picture you have is just of something. Yeah. It's not of you. So clearly you don't, I would say
like
that
a ghost account almost.
No, not even that. Yeah. They don't care about themselves that much. They don't want people to see them.
Yeah.
So then if you look at like their posts, previous posts, because their profiles are always public.
Yeah.
You look at their posts, they post heavy, but no one engages. Yeah. Like nobody.
Like people looking for attention.
Right. So then when they see a news article that says, OKIB does this, or, First Nations, this happens. And then they're like, wow, And then now they have a platform. Now they can say something that's going to get that
feathers ruffled.
They're going to get attention. They're going to get that that back and forth going. Yeah. Because I think they're just really lonely.
You know what's so funny?
I think that they're like really just like lonely people who just don't know how to like interact online.
I've straight up heard from other people that some people just like to argue, to have someone to argue with. So I get that. It's frustrating though, because like I actually had to fight that urge today. I took your advice and I just kept scrolling. Did you? I just kept scrolling because you
high
told
five.
Me like,
let's go.
I know. I was like, it was like that was a really wimpy high five. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I was like, but it was like a T-Rex like high five, or a cat. Meow.
I can't believe I just did that. Oh boy.
I was like T-Rex. You're like. So Can we get little? Like turning red back there.
We're gonna get T-Rex arms now.
You know what?
We'll high five with those.
I'm getting a T-Rex tattoo.
For real?
I'm not even kidding. I've been so obsessed with T-Rex my whole life.
Is it their small arms?
No, I'm getting a skull. I'm getting a T-Rex skull. A really badass one because I'm dangerous.
But why? Why that? Hold on. Before you go, Jay, why?
Because I'm probably the biggest Jurassic Park nerd you'll ever meet in your life.
Honestly?
I'm not even joking.
I did not know that about you.
I am a dinosaur freak.
What's the best one?
Of course, a T-Rex.
No, whoa. No, sorry. I meant which film is the best? There's been 4 out now.
I will always love the first one with my whole heart. But the newest one is actually pretty damn good. And if you've seen this is how crazy I am too. Like I actually love Camp Cretaceous on Netflix. It's like a kids show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I put it on for winter one day. She decided she didn't want to watch it. She watched it for a bit with me. Yeah. And then she went off and did her own thing. But I literally sat there and I continued. And then went and put the kids to bed. Ryan went to bed. I continued watching. I almost finished the whole damn thing by myself. I love dinosaurs. I at one point wanted to be a paleontologist.
That's dope.
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that was my make-believe time when I lived in Merritt and we like kind of lived in like a sand duney area. I used to go digging for dinosaur bones all the time.
Find any?
There was a couple times where I really thought I did. Until I realized they were just like hard molds of clay.
Aww.
But I thought, I genuinely thought I found a tooth once. Yeah, it was pretty exciting.
Was it like an arrowhead at least? Or?
It looked like one.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was cool.
You had something to add over there?
I completely forgot.
I kind of forgot. Like, what was it? What was our thought train before this? Like, we were so...
Yeah, you got to tattoos and it was just like...
Tattoos.
No, we were talking about something.
Because we high-fived.
That's how we got there.
I know what we were talking about now.
I've always hated it, and I just like... I don't like being touched.
I was just gonna say, tell us more.
I remember what we were talking about though.
Yeah,
we were talking about not engaging with trolls online.
Oh yeah.
That's what the thought train was. I pulled us back.
Oh,
I got
nicely
this.
done.
Oh,
so what did you see? What did you see that?
So it was it was some post, and it was about I can't remember if it was on. Yeah, actually, it was on Facebook. And I can't remember exactly what the post was because it was on a scroll, right? Like, you know, when you're just skimming things, you don't really read it. And you see, like, I follow a lot of First Nations pages.
Yep.
And I think this one was on the Rant and Rave. Somebody had reshared it and posted it to the Rant and Rave. And of course, it's like all the people that are like the laughing reaction on it. That's where I go and look. And I looked under there and it was exactly as you said, fucking like crazy hillbilly looking like like serious backwoods people who and I can't get like derogatory, right? Like, but like every kind of stereotype you could throw at somebody who would be like ignorant and racist, that's what I saw.
Yeah.
And I was and the same thing too, like a couple of them with no profile pic, just like a picture of something. Yeah. And it was just like, wow, like Cody was right. Like this is not worth my time for engaging. Like I don't have to prove anything to these people because their mind is made up.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. I just before I came over, I got a friend of mine posted something on Instagram.
You got into it.
We got into it. And it wasn't like bad.
Yeah.
I just they posted something that was someone else posted it, but they shared it, right?
Yeah,
and it was just talking about like vaccines and the gyms opening up and the passport system, blah, 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 blah. So, you know, I was just like, you know, I sent a message. I said, hey, like, you know, that's like downplaying COVID is it's not cool. Right.
Yeah.
And like, you know, I know these aren't your words, but you know, it's just like, there's messages behind that we have to stop saying. Mm-hmm. And this whole blame game and back and forth and you're stupid and they're stupid and everyone's stupid. And, you know, and so initially I came at her a little bit like, you know, a little bit saucy, but then like
saucy, I love that
she
word.
she came back and she's like, hey, like, you know, I like, you know, she said, you know, like, this is my social media and I can post what I want, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you know what? You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
You can, but when you do, you have to understand that there are going to be people who are going to come at you.
Yeah.
No matter what you say, you could post good things, bad things, things that shouldn't offend anybody, but they still will.
Yeah.
You know, and I wasn't offended. I wasn't like offended by that. I was just like, these types of messages have to stop.
Yeah.
Like just
acknowledging like that's part of the problem.
Yeah. Right. Like it's, and, you know, we talked it out. We're all good. You know, we hashed it out and I explained my thought process on why I said what I said. And, you know, and she shared with me. But it was just, you know, but then I caught, you know, after I was done and like, because she's a friend. So it's like, I wasn't going to like go down this crazy back and forth with this person. But I thought to myself, like, that wasn't even worth it. Like, even just saying what I said wasn't worth it.
Lesson learned.
Right. Like, but that's the difference of engaging with someone you know and someone you don't.
Yeah. Touche.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like, you know,
you draw a line somewhere.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And, you know, there was another friend of mine who, you know, she sits on the, you know, she's like really not with the vaccines and stuff like that. And to each their own, each their own. But, you know, she was talking about the school system and how upset she was about, you know, how things are going with that right now. And, you know, I explained to her my transgressions against the school system for very different reasons.
Yeah.
But hers were completely COVID based.
Yeah.
Mine were just like the core problem with education today.
Yeah.
And you know, I was like, listen, I know you and I don't see eye to eye on COVID, and that's okay. You have your views, I have mine. I don't want to talk about that. I just want to talk about like the other issues in the education system. And she's like, okay, yeah, cool. And then we had like a good back and forth, and it was fine. But like, it's just, if you know that you are going to talk, if you're going to talk to somebody who you already know is on the other side, and so I don't know about you, but my beef isn't with the people who are genuinely against it for their own genuine reasons. Like they can't get it, or it's
like immunocompromised that were recommended to not get it.
Yes.
I get that.
It's the people that I have, the beef I have are with the people who are just like, they don't want to know more about it. They don't care to know. They don't want to be told more. And they're just like, nope, 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 nope. Mm-hmm. I know what I know and don't tell me otherwise.
Yeah.
Like the ignorant people.
Yeah.
The people who are just like, no, I don't care.
Yeah.
That's the people I have the biggest problem with, because it's like, there's still a lot of hesitancy out there there's, people are sitting here acting like, everyone's vaccinated. We're not.
No.
There's a lot of people out there who still aren't.
Yeah.
And so it's like, my point is, like, if you're talking to someone who is against it, just don't even engage.
Yeah.
Like, there's
Pick a different conversation.
Pick a different conversation. Don't even talk about it.
Yeah, no, I get that. I feel like I was like that too. Like anytime I'd see my friends like posting about any of that kind of stuff on Instagram, I would have to mute them for a while just so I didn't see it. Because sometimes it's like you want to engage on stuff like that, and then at the same time you realize, like, is this worth losing a friendship over? Is this worth adding some drama to my plate today?
Right.
Probably not, right? And it's just, I don't know. My big thing is, and this is going to be like my spiritual enlightenment side coming out, and it's just like, send them prayers, send them love, because obviously, like, you want to say some choice words, you just cannot, right? And you just got to send people love. Or as my one psychic coach says, wrap them in a pink bubble and send them away. Don't pop it.
I've just removed anyone who I know is just trolling or who actually doesn't have anything real, like, positive to contribute. Like, listen, I have yet to meet somebody who can debate the idea of the vaccine and why it's not okay and why it's not good.
I know several people that would love to take you up on that opportunity because I've had conversations with them and they had some pretty good arguable points.
But are they people who can listen? Are they people who are listening to understand and not listening just to respond?
No, they're definitely people who are listening to respond.
See, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to talk to, you can't debate something with someone who is listening to respond. Mm-hmm. That is one of our biggest problems in society.
Yeah.
A lot of people listen to respond and not listen to understand. If we took the time to listen to understand where we come from when we're on opposite sides of an argument, we could probably solve a lot more issues.
Oh, 100%.
So,
but you've said it before too, like, it's never going to be that way. People have a really hard time getting over their opinions and their beliefs. Even when there's like factual facts, when there's like hard facts in front of them.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, absolutely. I'm not saying it's going to change the world. I just mean, if you are someone who wants to understand, then I will talk to you.
Yeah.
But if you're someone who I can't get a word in edgewise, if you're talking over me, if you're just like really just like not letting me say anything, we're not even going to have that conversation. It's cool. You can keep it moving.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to waste my time.
Oh, those people give me headaches.
Yeah, big ones.
Yeah, to the point where I'm like, okay, bye, while they're in the middle of talking. It's like, bye, I can't.
That's like, have you, it's a quote from Keanu Reeves.
I love Keanu Reeves.
It's when he was on a talk show
do.
and he's just like, I don't even waste my time with, like, I can't remember what he was talking about, but it was somebody like negative people or something.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I don't even waste my time arguing. It's just like, oh, okay, this, what does he say?
Keanu Reeves is Jesus brought back to life.
It's
I'm
like,
not even joking.
Oh, this orange,
infatuated.
This orange here is purple? Okay, I believe you. Okay. And he just agrees. He's like, okay, yep. Like, don't even waste your time arguing.
I got to check you here, Devin.
Uh-oh.
A little bit.
Why?
Because
on my infatuation?
Yes, because I just want to know where you stand. Because I have fucked with Keanu Reeves from the beginning, from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures beginning. Okay. I have been ride or die with him since day one. And now, in the last 10 years, there's this love. No. Because the internet everyone hated Keanu Reeves. He's so boring. He's so plain. He has the same role in every movie. He's so boring. And then all of a sudden, he starts doing, I got an accent all of a sudden.
Matrix?
No, not even the Matrix. Well, the Matrix is what helped people see his personality, that he was giving most of his salary to his co-workers and to the other actors and people who worked on the film as like gifts to say, hey, like, I don't need all this money. Here's Harley's. Here's, gifts for you guys for doing all your hard work. I don't need all of this. And then people all of a sudden start falling in love with him and they're like, oh, Keanu Reeves is so great, blah, blah, blah. Well, where the fuck were all y'all in the beginning when he was not that person that you knew him
Point
as
Break?
today? Right?
Speed?
Yeah,
Speed?
Speed was great.
No. No.
I liked it.
it.
I liked it.
Speed 1? The original Speed?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Speed
liked
2 was
it.
not good.
No, he wasn't in Speed 2, though.
That's why.
Because what did he say? I remember watching an interview with him, and he was talking about that, and I think it was the script, or it was something like there's something about it, and he just didn't want to do.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I just want to know, like, if you liked him for a long time, or if you jumped on the bandwagon.
Oh, with like John Wick and shit? No, fuck that. I became like a really diehard fan with the Matrix because I'm younger than you guys. Keep that in mind. Like
Oh, that's right.
Yes. Like what the shit?
What's the difference in our age, though?
I was born in 91.
85. You're 80.
86.
86.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
So,
Yep.
give me some grace
All right.
there.
I'm sorry.
It's so funny because, like, when Ryan and I talk about music, he's like, oh, yeah, I remember when that came out and blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, I think I was like 8.
Sarah and I talk about that stuff,
But I hung out with my
too.
older cousins. Like, do you remember, like, Janie and Cheryl and, and Chad and Wade? Yeah. So, like, I hung out with them a lot, like, almost every weekend. And I listened to what the girls were listening to and which was what you guys were all, like, listening to.
Yeah.
I kind of grew up faster with like all of that stuff, right? And like Queen of the Damned from the time it came out was my most favorite movie, but I was like a kid, and I became obsessed with vampires and stuff after that.
That was a dope movie.
Deftones, fell in love. Korn, fell in love. Very young age. And it was the same with Keanu. When I saw him in The Matrix and I was just like sold. Boom.
Yeah.
And then when you're older, and you learn about all of his humanitarianism, all of that stuff, that's just the icing on top of a beautiful sundae. He's a beautiful man.
I agree. He's a very
Ryan's
beautiful
even
man.
he supports my love for Keanu because he loves him just as much too.
Absolutely.
Ryan, he says if like any Hollywood person would be his idol, he said, like for sure Keanu Reeves.
He is the kind of person who you would hope more Hollywood people would try to be like.
In my eyes, he's Canadian Jesus.
Canadian Jesus?
He is. You think about Jesus and like he didn't do things for fame and fortune and all that
he's
stuff.
half Canadian, right?
He is. He's Canadian.
All
I do
Canadian?
believe. Yes, he's Canadian.
I know he's Canadian. I don't know.
He's probably got dual citizenship because he works
Yeah,
over
yeah,
in,
yeah.
but like he's Canadian.
I found that quote, though.
Did you?
Oh, yes.
Say it.
I'm at a stage of my life where I keep myself out of arguments. Even if you tell me 1 + 1 is 5, you're absolutely correct. Enjoy.
I like that.
That's good words to live by.
That is good. Not his monkeys, not his circus.
How are we doing for time over there?
We are an hour and 40 minutes in. It is
Holy.
almost 10:30 at night.
Wow. It actually feels like we've been going a lot longer than that.
It does. We've been riffing some pretty good riffs here. I like that we're like kind of, are we ending soon?
I think we should.
Because like to leave it on Keanu, I mean, I'm okay with that. I'm happy with that.
My final thought is Keanu Reeves.
You know what? Yeah. You know what? He's my dead stop where I'm like, yeah, okay, that's perfect. We'll just stop there.
Yeah, he's incredible. Like he's just a very humble person. He's out there just like riding the subway like anybody else. I don't know. I appreciate him. I like what he represents.
And he doesn't like flaunt that to the world though, like any humanitarianism stuff, it's always found out through other sources. It's never him just being like, look what I just did. Look what I just did. It's because like literally he's got a good heart and and he's gone through a lot of trauma in his life too.
He has.
Yeah, he's gone through a lot of really messed up stuff. So, and I'm not going to lie, when he actually did John Wick, like it's almost like you could feel his pain in that movie, like actually feel it. And, being a very empathic person and psychic person, it was, it was even like something that I feel like anybody in a room could feel watching that movie. Like when his dog got shot, his wife was gone and his wife passed on, but she left him a dog and then the dog was killed. Yeah. I bawled my eyes out. it was so like, just because like knowing his history and stuff like that, and then seeing something like that, just like feeling that pain, like knowing as an actor, you bring yourself back to those moments so you can have those real life reactions come through.
Yeah, I agree. I've thoroughly enjoyed his story, his rise to becoming like an A-list celebrity. You know, someone who is just like, he just gives back so much.
Yeah.
And I love reading that. I love reading, you know, that he's like, oh yeah, like he gives so much back to the people he works with, because he's like, this movie isn't made with just me. I don't make this movie alone.
Yeah.
It's created by everybody
Like
involved.
Rihanna actually just posted something too. I don't know if she just posted it, but it was something I just saw that was circulating, and it was just like, you are not celebrated enough. And I don't know if that was just meant to like the Black community, or if that was meant in general to like everybody. Like, you are not celebrated enough. Like, I think about people who have like 9-to-5 jobs, who are maybe 9-to-5 jobs, but like working 3 jobs and, you know, stuff like that. Like, I feel like it's so important that we uplift each other and do nice things for each other, like out of common courtesy, being a fucking human who understands that everybody's got emotions and bad days and good days and whatever, highs and lows.
Yep.
But we got to be there for each other and lift each other up. Like, you see someone sitting on the side of the road, don't just walk right by them. Like, you know, offer to buy them a coffee, give them the mint from your pocket, like something. Like, big heart.
Absolutely. There's, you know, just the other day I went to Tim Hortons. By the way, Tim Hortons, you're getting a letter from me. I'm a little upset with how poorly everything gets done all the time, because like my order always gets messed up. I come in through the drive-thru, I ask for a large coffee, 1 milk, 1 sugar, and I get 1 cream and 1 sugar almost every time. And when the lineup is like 20 cars deep and you're on the go, it's really hard to get back in that line. Or when the store's closed because there's not enough staff to open the inside, so you have to go through the drive-thru to try and get your coffee replaced, it's a real pain in the ass. So that letter's coming. But on another note, talking about Tim Hortons, I went in because they did mess up my coffee. I went in because it was actually open at this time because they had enough staff on, and there was a young kid working. And he was like, you know, you could tell he was new and he's trying to figure some stuff out. And he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Probably
Oh, I'm so
wanted
sorry.
to
I'm so
cry.
sorry. Like, yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, I definitely think he was on the verge of tears. And I just looked at him and I saw his name tag. I apologize. It doesn't matter about his name, honestly, because I don't need to put it out there. But it's just, you know, I saw his name tag. I said his name. I said, hey, you're doing great, bro. You're doing great. Take your time. I'm not in a rush. You know, it's all good. Just take your time. Handle your business. I'll be right here. And he's just like, you just seen his like whole composure just like kind of like
relax a
like
little
relaxed,
bit. Yeah,
right? And he's like, you know. And the other thing too, and Jay was, we were at a restaurant once when this happened, you and I. The other thing I can't express enough to everybody listening, take a moment to check in on the people who are serving you at restaurants. Seriously. The amount of times that I've had a waiter or waitress come to me and say, hello, my name is blah, blah, blah. I'll be your server today. How are you doing? I'm like, I'm good. How are you doing? And they're like, I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. No one asks me that.
Yeah.
No one asks how their server's doing. No one ever just asks the people that they're conducting business with how their day's going.
Yeah.
Because to us as a consumer, it probably just seems like a formality.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm blah, blah, blah. How are you today?
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. Give me my food.
That's basically how it is.
It's just like how people treat them.
I used to be a server and I got treated like that all the time. And it was so... You don't feel like a human, like, and people treat you like, you know what's so annoying is like the old timey people, and I'm sorry, like respect for my elders and all, but like, y'all lighten up. Like, this is so horrible. Like, I remember going to a restaurant, I'm not going to name it, and I was with like family members and some that are kind of old timey, and they were treating the server not like a human, and I was like livid, and I grilled every single one of my family members, and it was just more like, you know, like, well, that's her job, and I was just like, I would not fucking appreciate anybody saying that about me if that was me running your food and stuff like that.
That's right.
And it's not the fact that you should just be careful and nice to restaurant workers because they handle your food. I mean, you should. But I mean, I just honestly, like, some of those people are so burnt out. They're living off of their tips, which they hardly get. And it's all of the old timey people that are like, I'm going to give them $1. I'm going to give them $2. And that's just like, that is not enough to cover my food here today. Or things like that. But also, I was at this other, I'm going to say I was at Cora. And this was pre-pandemic. And this poor girl looked like maybe she had COVID, like just obviously got her. Maybe we should blurt that name out, actually. Maybe we'll blurt it out because it looked like this girl had to, we're getting a lot of bleeps. I'm sorry. This poor girl, I think she had to go to work, like, cause she looked like she would have had to call in.
Okay, so she looked pretty bad.
She probably couldn't call in, right? Because like maybe they're short-staffed and they had nobody else. Maybe nobody else was there to replace her, so she had to go fill her spot. Anyway, she was having a hard day. She was a little short with my family that was with me and and I was just watching her, you know, like I was observing her as she was running around. And it was so sad because when she came back to our table, I basically did what you did, except it wasn't like she was already serving us, but like I just knew she was in a mood. And I was just like, I really hope your day gets better. I'm so sorry. Like, you know what? Like, you look like you could use a really good rest. And then she was just like, thank you. Yeah. I'm so tired. And I was like, she basically almost started crying at the table.
Yeah.
And it was I left her a very generous tip, like almost what the bill was basically, because I was just like, you poor thing. I've been there before where I was at my wit's end and people were screaming at me for, like, where's my orange juice? Where's my Diet Coke? Like when I was pregnant with Winter, I actually did scream at a lady. And then that was my last day of work.
Fair enough.
Because I quit. I was just like, I can't handle this anymore. Like in an emotional state, having to go to work and then deal with people who are treating you shitty. It is so hard to be like a kind human being when you've hit a limit.
Oh yeah. You have, like, we got to do better. Like when we were talking about last episode, do better to take care of each other and look out for one another. Understand that we are all human. We make mistakes. We're going to mess up. And having that compassion towards your fellow people will go a long way. You know, I tell people all the time, it doesn't matter what, if I'm going into Home Hardware or Rona or Tim Hortons or whatever, if I'm greeted and talked to, like I will reciprocate that energy, right? Like, you know, and there's some people who you just know they're having a hard day.
Yeah.
You just look at them and you know. So, you know, you just try and
tune into that.
You tune into that. And what I like to do too is if I know if someone's helping me and I can tell they're really pushing through something, I'll ask for the manager and I'll just say, hey, I just want you to know, like, your employee, he was great today. He really helped me out. I just want you to know, like, he's doing a great job.
Yeah.
And he needs to be told that he's doing a good job.
Yeah.
Like, it's like those small things. It takes a minute of your day, but like just telling someone that, hey, thank you for your help, or you're doing a great job, or, you know, just be nice.
It could change the whole mindset for that person. It could change their thoughts before they go to bed.
True that.
You know?
So you guys know resting bitch face, right?
I'm famous for it.
Yeah, like I've got that for sure. But I mean, like, there's got to be a name for when you're talking and you just sound like you're grumpy or sound like you're angry, but you're not.
Having a tone.
Ooh.
Yeah, like
having a tude.
I've been told many times going through drive-thrus or like just when people talk to me, they're like, man, you sound really grumpy or mad, or, you know, and I was just like, I'm not.
That is Ryan. Oh my
like,
gosh, is it ever my husband?
Yeah. Yeah, and then like I've been told, you didn't say please or thank you. I'm like, well, I said thanks or something, right? And
yeah.
It's like, no, like you sounded so mad and like so angry and you were so short and it's like most of the time with drive-thrus, they tell me, "Oh, what was that? What was that?" Like they couldn't hear me, so then I speak up. Like I've had this several times. So I go through drive-through, and they're like, "Oh, can you speak up?" And then I speak up, and they're like, "Well, you don't need to yell." And I'm like, "Well, you didn't fucking hear me when I was talking normal. So now I gotta yell." Like
I said I want a fucking coffee.
yeah, right. Like
double. I love it. Ryan totally gets like that too. He gets so pissed off, like while he's like trying to give an order, and like of course like Winter or like whoever's in the back, blah, 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 I want this, I want that, and I'm like, you guys stop. He hates that. Like don't do that. He hates that. And then yeah, and then he'll do that same thing too, where he'll be like, I crispy chicken, blah 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 blah, and then they'll be like, sorry, you wanted a crispy what? And crispy chicken, blah blah blah, and it's just like it's so
it's very
funny because
loud.
I
pronounce each word.
Yes,
like,
and I get there and like as soon as the order's over, he's like, God, was that so fucking hard? And I'm like, Ryan, shut up, you're such an asshole.
See, I don't get like that. It's just.
Well, he doesn't. He's not always like that. No, but like it's funny.
I'll say it, and then it's just like, oh, what was that? And then I'll say it louder.
Yeah.
Like I'm not yelling. I just say it louder, and then I'll like actually try to project my voice
Yeah.
properly because I don't project my voice properly when I just generally talk.
Yeah.
But and then it's just I'm not yelling at them. It's just loud.
It's just how you sound.
Talking loudly because you couldn't hear me when I was talking normally.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But yeah, like I've been called grumpy and all that, and it's just like no. I'm like when people tell you to smile.
Ryan
What?
used to.
It's like, why
Ryan
do you
used to
sound
be.
so grumpy.
Ryan used to be known as like the regulator in his group because of like his tone that he has. Like if there was like people messing around or something, he would be like the dad of the group to be like, hey, knock that off. That's enough. Or like,
I got that.
So,
I do.
I tease him about it all the time where I'm like, yeah, watch out, regulator. And like,
But just a quick story. Do you guys know what Sun Fun is?
no.
So it's like a day camp for kids
Okay.
in Oliver. We had the res version, which is res kids.
Yeah.
And I was just, Sun Fun helper or something. Like I wasn't even the person in charge of it.
Yeah.
But the kids only listened to me. So the person in charge is like, why don't they listen to me? I'm like, because you're too nice.
You're not scary
Yeah,
enough.
like I had my little cousins, like my little cousin Brandon and stuff. We're at the pool and they're goofing around, and I'm like, I literally pick them up and just chuck them. I got in trouble, of course, but I mean, like they stop and they're just like, and I know I could get away with that because that was my little cousin, and like when we were at the beach or whatever, I chucked him in anyways. But, but it was like I was the regulator. Like it was just like she'd ask him, okay, it's time to clean up. Okay, come on, guys, it's time to clean up. Or time to calm down. And I was just like, that's it, clean up. And then it was
like
done,
the fun
right?
police.
Yeah, right? Like, exactly right.
Well, regulators, mount up.
Mount up. No. We were trying to get away from that. We were trying to like remind people like to be soft with one another and be kind and gentle and nurturing, understanding.
No, I meant
How
like
about people understand that if I'm like that some people can just be grumpy, sound grumpy and not be grumpy.
we got to come up with a word for it.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Resting.
No resting. It can't be a
No,
resting.
I'm thinking
not.
resting bitch face, but
It's
like
like, what is it called?
grumpy voice. I don't know.
We gotta think of something.
Oscar.
For that.
Oscar the Grouch.
Yeah, he's funny. I like Oscar. Duda loves Oscar. She loves Cookie Monster. She loves Elmo, but she loves Oscar.
Nice.
I feel like it would be like, like if we could give it a character, like what character from a movie would that be? Like grumpy old men.
Yeah.
They're not necessarily grumpy. They're just grumpy looking. Talk grumpy all the time.
Right?
Yeah. Like grumpy old men.
Yep.
Well, we're about 2 hours in.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Oh my God,
Let's
just
put a
riffing.
bow on that.
We didn't leave it off on Keanu.
That's
We
fine.
Oh, here
went
you go.
over that.
I was going to say.
We have a Keanu
His-
fun fact.
Paternal grandmother is Chinese and Hawaiian.
Oh, wow.
His mom is English.
That's so cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Who knew that?
I knew he was
Fun
Hawaiian.
facts.
So where did this Canadian thing come from then?
He was born in Lebanon. He grew up in Canada, and he's Canadian. It says nationality Canadian.
Right.
But it says he spent most of his time in Toronto when he was growing up.
Okay.
They moved there, and then his mom married someone from there, I think.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Wow, so cool. So technically, him being Polynesian, he's indigenous.
True that.
Keanu is an indigenous man. Sorry, he just got hotter.
Like just his look though, you can tell he's not just like European white, right?
No.
But this is the
he's
thing.
got the look, like
this
a
is where
different-
we get labeled as exotic, though, because do you know how many times a day I hear that I'm exotic? That's the thing. That's the look.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I never got exotic. No. I got Asian a lot, especially when I
I
used
get
to smoke
Southeast
weed.
Asia specifically.
And my eyes were like closed because I was so high.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
And it was just like, I'm like, that is so racist.
That's so racist.
And people would say that to me and like straight up say that to me. They're like, oh, you're Asian, blah, blah, blah. You need to open your eyes. And I'm like, that is so racist.
Yeah.
Go back to Keanu. We got to end on Keanu.
sorry.
Okay.
We're going to end on beautiful
Give us
Keanu.
finish this off with a fun fact about Keanu, and we'll wrap it up.
One more fun fact.
I don't know. There's so much information here.
What is?
Well,
Oh, he was expelled from School of Arts,
oh, why?
including
Because he was too artistic?
attended some School of the Arts from which he was expelled. He said he was expelled because he was just a little too rambunctious
That's
and
awesome.
shot his mouth off once too many.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, our mouths are, well, I'm sure all of us have got ourselves into trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can relate. I've been kicked out of my class before.
Yeah, me too.
On all my report cards, talks too much.
Mama chins.
Yeah. I got the class clown.
Nice.
I was always a class clown. I don't know what happened.
I was going to say, final button here.
Yes.
So, I'm sure, I don't know if you were aware, but there is currently, I don't know if it's ONA that's put it on or if it's just OKIB, but there's a language challenge going on right now.
Oh, okay.
And so they're trying to encourage us to use our language more. And you got to, there's like the contest is like you got to kind of upload videos showing that you're using the language.
Yeah.
But I thought that'd be a good opportunity for us to challenge ourselves to use our language. So I'm putting the challenge out right now for us. I think that we all know some very basic words.
Yeah.
We know how to say yes. We know how to say no.
Some animals.
We know some words. So right now I'm saying for next episode, we have to try and use what words we know how to use in our podcast. And I think we can do it. Like we can say loot, we can say
I know shut up and
key.
go sit down real good.
There you go.
That's what I learned in Okanagan class.
Right? So I think it'd be cool. I think it'd be, because we are all Seal Okanagan in this room, and I think that we should try and participate in that part of our culture and using the language in whatever way we can.
Key.
Kiwa.
Means yes.
One's north and one's south Okanagan. So.
Which is
Kiwa.
different dialects.
Yep.
Yeah. Many different.
Yeah.
So if any of you out there are from the Okanagan Nation and you want to school us on some words, you want to share with us some knowledge, please feel free to do so. Shoot us a message. We are open to getting some vocabulary going, and we'll try to utilize that in the podcast how we can.
I had actually I have a friend that sent me a list. She's teaching Okanagan in Oliver.
Ooh,
Beautiful.
Awesome.
She sent me a list because I was hopefully want to teach it to the girls.
Yeah.
And it's just basic words like
That's all we need.
Your everyday kind of words. Yeah.
You guys
That's
in?
the best practice. I'm in. I'm super in.
Jay?
I'm in, but I'm not going to remember.
I know who I'm calling to help me with this.
Perfect. Call who you got to call because I'm definitely checking both of you next
All right.
week.
Sounds good. All right.
Much love, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us for another episode of Intertribal Talk.
Thank you. White.
White.